Hey everyone, Ekman here with another video, and I'm joined with Dane. How you doing, Dane?
Oh, just the best.
I
Just the best.
I would hope so. You took this Surge Broly leader, this trash green half leader here, and
Awful.
you were able to go X1 in this weekend's regional.
That's right. It's all me. The deck is unplayable.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bother.
Yeah, don't even. No one can repeat this performance. Only you have the keys that drive the Broly car.
Correct.
But in case someone is foolish enough to try it themselves, let's talk about it.
A pretty fun one, dude. Unbelievable, dude. Surge leaders are so cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've gone six. Two of them have been banned, more or less. Two of them have been eroded. Or how many have been eroded? One's been
So,
banned.
so
Two have been
one's
eroded.
been banned, two erratas, and then like one, the basic of the deck was errated,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
And then the other two
So,
are Broly's like probably the most
Broly,
fair one. Yeah.
yes, he's like consistently like pretty good, but not playable. Playable. You
Not
know what I
amazing,
mean?
but
Not tier one mega threat.
at least it's better than Kefla, right? That's the saving grace, right?
Yes.
Man, it's been like 3 years since Surge Leaders haven't it. That's crazy. We haven't
Yes.
seen a Surge Leader. Anyways, all right. Memory lane aside, quickly what this does, and if you guys don't remember how Surge Leaders work, this does have an auto once per turn. When you combo with a card, either red or green, you get to draw one once per turn. So either side, which is great for building Z energy. And then on the backside, so you kind of Surge Awaken by having a red card and green card for your hand, put it underneath. You get to draw two and untap two. You can do this literally whenever. It could be at any life cost. Traditionally, I wouldn't do it early, but I guess you could if you wanted to. And then because on the backside, you don't really generate advantage as easy. You get two once per turns, essentially, where when your life's at 3 or less, you can either get double strike and combo with something or just KO something during active battle with barrier, just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So how often were you able to like? I mean, it's more of like this effect just existing was enough for your opponent to just not do anything with it. But
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
pretty it's pretty good.
yeah. I mean, you're right. It's a basic line of threat. Usually, if you're activating it, something has probably gone pretty wrong
Mm-hmm.
in your game, right? Like that's ultimately what it is. It's grateful to have it. But especially as an untapped two leader, if my opponent's like dumping on a battle card and I have to use that to kill it,
Mm-hmm.
that means that I've kind of lost a lot of momentum by doing so.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd prefer not to. I'd rather just awaken the turn that I'm killing them and combo with a card from drop to gain double.
Yeah, and with Champa and hidden power East Kai being gone and out of this game, the leaders that give themselves double strike do get a little bit more benefit in general. So I do like the fact that this, and obviously you don't have to give it double strike until the activate battle, which is also pretty handy too. And so generally, I would say. What would you say the quick benefits of this deck? That you can get some cycle, the fact that you can build some Z energy pretty good, and then double strikes a key, and just general just
Yeah,
control aspects.
access to two set of card pools, right? So when you're a multicolor leader, you lose access to things like the set 10 free extra card negates, right?
Mm-hmm,
So no
mm-hmm.
Wolfang Fist, no Dormant.
Yeah.
But and you don't have access to token negates, so no homicidal, no testing.
Yeah.
But in conversely, you get access to free focus breakthrough. You get two full sets of card pools. So if you see here, right, I have tons of like if your leader is red or if your leader is green, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say in this deck, most powerfully all around is the fact that you get full faded rivals combo,
Mm-hmm.
but also Gohan counterplay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So and Gohan counterplay is something that like if this card existed in green and it said KO a 5 or less or something like that, this kind of card would be Flynn in green, but it just doesn't exist, and so yeah, that's really about it.
You're making it exist. Yeah. So obviously the only red green leader in the game, so the only one who can take advantage of this. But yeah, this Gohan, it carries a lot of decks. I think it made Sin popular again, just the fact that this existed, and so I think it's definitely something that can help carry something like Surge Broly as well.
Yeah,
Which
but we can.
we can talk about it. But yeah, if this card can help Surge Broly be good, I don't know. This needs to be banned. That's in my mind. That's crazy.
All right, hold on. It's a leader that makes Z energy on draw, right? Every turn cycle, I make one extra Z energy, which I think is really strong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's some really nice benefit like that.
All right. Well, let's kind of start at the low end and kind of go through the tips and tricks and just other little optimizations. But we
Yep.
do charge probably red green for turn one. I'm guessing, is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. You're looking for the Raditz, the Piccolo to charge turn one. If you happen to have the big guy, which we'll talk about soon, you can charge that. But then you just want to make sure turn two you probably try to charge your Broly so that way Chi Chi's online.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really it, right? Green energy is usually a little better than red, especially mono, right? As soon as you start getting out of those two, like you only need one or two red energy a turn, whereas you might want 3 to 4 green.
Yep.
So
Yep. Outside of like paying for multicolor costs, I think Unending Awakening is like the only card you really need the red. I guess Goku as well.
Rush Attack, Goku, Unending, Gohan. That's it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So and then you are running I'll just
Eradicator.
he's just the cheese card, right? Like this cheese is a lot of
Yeah,
wins at times.
he's like not very good. Like a lot of people I think are gonna see this and they go, oh well, Eradicator just won the game. Dude, I resolve Eradicator maybe once per game and it's never on turn two.
No.
Never.
Yeah,
it's like end of game just to like get more draw to maybe burn them from 3 to 2.
Yeah, and I know what this has always been cheese with him, not because it's just inherently red green, but you technically can get 2 energy whenever you need to, which is always tempting.
Yep.
You lose a lot of momentum afterwards, but I know that's just been a combo with that. So traditionally, and we can peek at the Z deck. So we do also have
That's
this.
my turn two.
Yeah, there's your turn two. So let's talk about this Broly real quick.
So he negates specific costs. If your leader's a Broly, he can't be KO'd by skills. Not especially relevant, right? Red's minus and yellow negates skills, and then blue bounces. And so not especially relevant there. But when he attacks, you can combo with a red or green card from your drop, including Raditz. So it can be a red-green if you ever needed it to be.
Yeah.
And look at that. I mean, I guess I only once today drew at 4 fewer cards in hand.
But you could.
Yeah, you could. But most of the time it's right. Oh, you turn 1 or, turn 0 effectively. You're comboing. Then you play this guy on turn 2. He swings and draws a card with your leader. So you've given up 1 card to draw 2 cards, right? Yeah. The Psycho plus then playing this. And then you get to use Activate Main, discard a card, pick up to 1 life, and then either kill a 20 or less, or your opponent discards a card. And so hand control is a path, but it is not reliant on that, and that's really nice, right? So against Gamma, I frequently go for the hand control route, but against Red, oh my god, dude, no, I got a clear board.
Yeah, because Red's going to have 100 cards in hand anyways. So, and as you're saying, Raditz is a 5k combo, so it doesn't say mono red or mono green, so you can combo with it in case you need your a rival plays, which you don't have a lot of
only in the sideboard.
Yeah, only in the sideboard, which is almost only Champa Beers and also the
2 Gogeta. Yep.
Yeah. So we can talk about those in a bit. So obviously a lot of power there, and then Rush Attack is still a heck of a card, and Frieza as well. How often were you able to resolve this guy?
Frieza is actually probably the most common one. Like I probably played Frieza more frequently than I played Rush Attack. Frieza being hand control. In theory, like the floodgate heavy decks are like my bad matchups, right? Especially if they don't have to swing like Gamma.
Yeah.
But Frieza will kill something. It applies a little bit of pressure itself, and then it's just hand control, right?
Yeah.
Like you on turn 2, if you play Broly and you decide not to swing with him for some reason, and then like the next turn you play Frieza, swing Broly is like a 3-card swing, right? You go to 20, you draw a card, and then you hit a Z energy. Your opponent has to discard 1. Like you can really turn momentum with that. And then, of course, right, that doesn't even deal with the attack itself. So definitely a huge boon like that. And so definitely worthwhile.
For sure. And then, honestly, like, and I'm looking through this and we're talking about it, you don't really have a big boss monster, right? Like, you just get a lot of value throughout the game. I'd say you're very, maybe tempo-based would be the better way to say it. What is your end goal? Like, what is your
Faded Rivals, my god. Guys, green's not, like, broken, but guys, the Faded Rivals are so ridiculous.
Yeah.
These cards are just
very good. So obviously, Son Goku, you get to play for 2 if you have 3 or more energy, and you get to use the effect there. And something else too is that like most of the green leaders, there's not like a lot of good untapped 2 green leaders, right? So being able to have that untapped 2 if you need to
on command. That's the big thing, right? Is that the Faded Rivals probably feel good in Clash Coup and whatever, but like you don't get to awaken on command. You kind of have to awaken just when you do it.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously you do have self awaken. Having a self awakener in the Z deck besides just the one drop, surmounting is really good too. And if it survives, then you get
Oh
to
man, so much value.
yeah, that gets a lot of value from you there. And then you can awaken offensively or defensively with this leader with Surge, which is really great. So yeah, you can do this for 2 and then get the combo with it very easily. This also can technically. Did you ever do that?
Yeah, no,
No.
never,
Okay.
never,
Okay.
never. I
Okay.
would never.
Oh,
If
it's three or more.
Piccolo
It's
is
three or
out,
more.
he's
It's 3 or more.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good. You didn't cheat. Perfect. That was a test.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think you can evolve on top of here, and
No.
but that's fine. I mean, again, for 3 energy to play both these dudes is pretty dang
So
good.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
KO something with barrier on this, and then this gets to discard 2.
Melts markers.
Yeah.
Melts markers on a unison. That's the MVP play right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um.
would you
Yeah, and then you
say
just back it up. You back up the faded rivals. Most of my games was with Gohan and Secret ID or the
Vegeta?
Vegeta there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like honestly, all I'm sure everyone watching this is like, oh, this is just it's only good because it's a red deck. Gohan's great, but his purpose, as we were joking about earlier, is literally to kill token negates. Like
Yeah.
that's just that's what he's there
Yeah.
for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's still good. He's still a. I still can't believe they printed this card. It's insane to me. But and it just looks like you do just get like a bunch of like 1, sometimes 2, but mostly just 1 turn plays. Like this kind of is weird, but kind of acts more like a yellow deck in my mind. You're just like a really, really toolbox, right?
Yeah. You can see that there's like a couple, like several one-ofs and like low quantity cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like Goku is just the 2, sometimes it's great to have a 25k single, or he like is a really big number for Piccolo Jr. if my opponent tapped out at a weird time.
Yeah.
Kakunsa has been on and off the list. She kind of came back in last minute as a one-of.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally she's a one-drop 20k double draw a card, which is like fine. It's not insane, but that's good. The Boo, like my negate lineup is very like toolboxy, a 2/2/2 of free negate. Please stop hitting me with your 15Ks, and
Mm-hmm.
man, I really need to live this turn. Like they're just super all over the place.
Yeah, and you are running the pseudo loop. So real quick to explain if you guys don't know. So this is a Gogeta. It's a super combo. Your leader is green. Doesn't have to be mono green. So you can get the combo there. And then Vegeta preparing for battle. And I don't know why they capitalize battle, but he's ready for battle. And
Yeah, he is.
place this card in your hand. Choose up to 1 Gogeta be on your drop here. Add to your hand. So bam, you get now 8 super combos. Chi-Chi's also like a super pseudo combo. And technically, we were talking about it. You can not with this one. With this one, you can add a super combo from your Z energy back to your deck, but you don't shuffle your deck ever. So that really never comes out.
This is where I just got to start running the Frieza. That when you combo with it, you can dump an extra card. If I just run him, then great. Then I can shuffle. But
And
realistically,
then you can put the red dormant potential, and then you put back the red green Broly. Oh, we're in business, baby.
yeah, Dormant Legends.
Yeah, dormant legends. Yeah.
I missed that actually because that was my history with the deck. Right, is like my first good result in that like I played in a regional or other was 17th in Chicago 2020, which was all of 2 months before good old COVID.
January. Yeah. Know it well.
Yeah. And so like it was super sick. I got 17th. I got real sad about not making top cut because that did not feel great.
Yeah.
But now, I've been playing it basically since then. It's been updated slowly and slowly. It was sad to take out the Broly package because the Tragedy Foretold is so cool. But
it's very cool. Yeah.
This is much more toolboxy, right? It's just so versatile.
Yeah.
Right? Like if games go long, if you haven't committed your Awaken, you're just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like my super combos and Chi-Chi all say draw 2 on a turn cycle. Yeah. And then like you're playing rush attacks and Friezas and if your opponent doesn't like manage to clear a board for like 1 turn, the game almost certainly ends the next one.
Yeah. And something else I want to mention too is that you don't really care that you're running as many of these red green like 10k combos because you do get to kind of get a use from them with the Surge Awakening. So they're not super dead in hand as they would be in I'd say more traditional decks too.
Yeah. So the last thing we probably want to talk about in the main board here is the Secret Rare Choice and and then that guy. So This is a 4 cost. It's a 1 of in the main board. It comes out against blue, most blue, not all blue, and yellow. So basically, when you play it, it immediately triggers, and your opponent can't play cards with skills for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they crit 2 life. And everybody's on token negates. Everybody's on there. My leader is a blank, so this is a free negate. Everyone's trying to do like random little counter plays here and there. And so this basically says, especially if I didn't awaken yet on like turn 4, I just slam this. Maybe I have 1 card left over, and I say, all right, this on its own is going to be a whatever triple strike.
Yeah.
But even if he isn't anything else, you aren't allowed to counterattack with non-extra card stuff.
Yeah.
So
and like
most people just
like
aren't
Mecha
doing
Frieza's, Android 14. Like obviously we've been seeing so much of Android's 17 as well. That just stops all of this.
Token negates, the free ones are it's just so powerful. Today I literally only drew it in round 1 against Bulma, and it almost won. It didn't, but that was my own one loss for the day, was the guy who got 13th with Bulma. So congrats to him as well. But that's a 1 of tech. I was just kind of looking around for like some ways to push some of these longer game decks, and I realized that was one of them.
All right, so there's that, and then let's talk about our Pan Secret Rare.
Yeah, this deck can play like any secret rare, and honestly, as soon as you've changed it, your opponent has to play very differently every time. So today, my choices like that I was thinking about actually playing were going to be Pan or Vegeta. Vegeta gives you a better yellow and blue matchup, but it leaves you dead in the water versus red, and Pan is great against red, and then makes it worse against blue and yellow. And I knew that the room was probably going to be 50-50 between those two. So I expected that whichever one I picked
would be the wrong one.
I would be, exactly. I'd be the wrong one. I played like 50-50. I played about half control, half aggro. So it ended up working out. I only used her Floodgate effect once against, ironically, Yellow Sin.
Okay.
Because he milled, it was against Puna, he milled a Rage. The 2-drop Self-Awakener. I went, oh, I'm not playing this game. I just slammed her on the first attack. He like put a bunch of resources into killing it too, right? Like he immediately Power of a Super Saiyan and used a haze and discarded a card. And I'm like, all right, great. So one of your secret rares is gone, and you discarded 2.
Yeah,
sick.
Yeah, that seems pretty. And in a hand control matchup, and Yellow Sin gets a lot of cycle, but their hand size is never too big either.
You are 100% right. That is a matchup that I put the Broly out there and said, yeah, this guy's going to sit here. Yeah. I played a Frieza. I didn't attack with it. I played an Eradicator. I didn't attack with it. I was like, I'm going to sit here. And then in one turn, I'm going to wait until your hand is, 5-6 cards. And then I'm just going to start ripping at it every turn.
Man, that's super. Because whenever I play Broly, as Broly Surge, like you also don't have like a super big hand size, right? But that's usually the fate of most green hand destructions. But man, that must feel really good to just be like, well, you got nothing.
It pivots really strong into that, which is really great, right? Like a lot of the green decks that have the hand control, it kind of feels like it's I have to do it to play the game, right? Even Cooler feels that way. You have to play the Frieza to be able to like get your value going. And so your opponent can always pull in Bora. But if I suspect they've pulled into Bora, or like I see it and maybe in a game 2 in a best of 3, whatever, dude. I'll just stop doing my hand control cards. There's only 2 of them. Right? Faded Rival is the only one that really is like a gotta do it.
And even then, like they have to keep the energy open, which not always you can do, right?
Exactly. Right. If they've kept energy open, and so that means they didn't kill me, and then they aren't like floodgating me, I'm probably just going to kill them.
Yeah. Well, let's quickly talk about the side deck, and then we'll talk about your matchups. So, a lot of these are just kind of extra copies of cards you already have. So, like Shocking, Unending, Focus Breakthrough. Yamcha the Cunning makes sense. I don't think that needs to talk about. Topo as just more copies of essentially Majin Buu.
Yeah. Right? So Bupo is a little better right now because they both come in as 2 costs. Bupo is hittable by Beerus Ball, but Topo is hittable by Tyrannical Blow, which I think is a little more common. And so I basically just played Topo as I pulled in 1 or 2 copies depending on the red matchup. Obviously, in a real best of 3, going first or second makes a big difference for that. I actually pull it in when I'm going first more frequently because I can't Faded Rivals right on 3.
Sure.
But yeah, so it's just more copies of that in a different form, really.
Yeah.
Urgent Aid Kami is, you want to hit Golden Frieza if you happen to play against it. I didn't, but Yamcha the Cunning, pull it in against Android 21. I didn't play that either. And you pull it against Blue Saiyans. Chompavirus gives double strike to any 6 cost. Like, I don't know, Piccolo Jr. Faded Rival.
Yeah. Yeah.
For instance, so it's a 25 dual double, discard a card each time.
Yeah.
And of course,
For
right
the
on
turn.
that first attack,
For the turn. Yeah.
And on that first attack, it's really more like 40 because it's probably Chi plus super combo since I only play the 4 Raditz.
Yeah.
Resonant Explosion came in again for the red decks. You want to make sure that you're dealing Gogeta. Yeah, you just want to make sure you're dealing with the 4 drops efficiently, especially against Gogeta if they play him early. So like it's great to sit behind like Gohan plus Resonant Explosion feels really good into those matchups.
Yeah, and again, like this is a double strike for 1, which I think is very valuable still right now.
Yep. Extra Faded Rival if I happen to play against Yellow today, or which I only played against Sin, but and then the Unison Killer. It'll get probably replaced next format by Gohan or Android 18 and Goku once the Zero Z battle card is in possession rather than the Vegeta.
Yeah.
And just melt the Unison rather. But Gohan won several games today. It definitely won my match into, I would say, as well as probably really helped into Jared in Gamma.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, blue still. I mean, Majin Blue's at 1, but yeah, a lot of decks still like their Unisons a lot, and 100%.
Just didn't even have to swing at the Unison. I swung into his leader and then comboed Gohan, and it just disappeared.
It sure does. So, well, cool. Well, quickly we can talk about your matchups and just overall thoughts going into the conclusion of this.
Yeah, I woke up today a little early to play my favorite card game. It's that against Bulma round 1. So that was really great. I lost that one. And then I won out. Round 2 was Gamma. I think he was a little unprepared for, I mean, I recognize this is kind of like an offshoot, so to say, of the meta. So if you were like unprepared about what the card pools could be, you might not know.
Yeah.
But he just tried to full power counter, and full power counter just like doesn't work against this deck. I have Z Energy, and I'm totally fine to discard a card if it means the attack that's coming in is a 30 double. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
And you tapped 4 for it. Thank you. Like, right? Like if you're playing, and if you Aandroidd 17 me, and I like have to focus break through it, you're still only spending 1, and then you just go, all right, D Magic, try again.
Yeah.
But if you full power counter, that's what you've committed to.
Yeah, that is your turn, 100%.
And then round 3 was Gogeta, Red Gogeta. Won that probably due to the killing of the Unison. He bricked a little bit in the like didn't see the proper Vegeta, like it wasn't a draw Vegeta, it was the hard combo guy. But still killed him from 6 to 0. He thought he wasn't going to, and then I went second, and on turn 3 I was like, all right, here's a Faded Rival Goku, double strike. He takes it. I do a Gohan. I swing double, and then I make it to like 40 with super combos. And you're like, yeah, I guess I gotta take that. And then I swung in with my leader and just dumped, and he gave me everything he had actually. But he didn't have any super combos.
Oh, that's crazy. They always have super combos.
I know, but I caught him on turn 3. He missed his perfect awakening. So it was just enough like missed draw to kill him off of that. I'll admit I did have the secret ID, so that way like if he tried to token negate my leader swing, I just go, all right, secret ID, get rid of it, then go. But and I had another Faded Rival, which was the last swing that actually forced it because he comboed out using all 5Ks, and then I played Faded Rival and he Z awakened.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then I accidentally let him cheat. I don't think either of us meant to, but he was on 3 energy and he played a secret rare. And I was like, okay, sure, look, whatever. I'm going to pop it anyway when you attack. But he was only at 3, so he shouldn't have looked. Whatever.
That's fine.
Round 4. Oh, this is so funny. I played Black Sin in round 4.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a hand control deck. Hand control and aggro. Cool. That's as awful as it gets. And then I played Yellow Sin on Puna with Puna. That one was pretty close. I definitely had more turns. Like the one thing about Yellow Sin is that if they don't have like the triple strike set up, they're probably not going to really kill you in any real way, especially as my leader, right? I could always pop something, ignoring barrier.
Yeah.
And then hand control, like I said, yep. Into Red Sin. So black into yellow into red. I played the whole
all the shadow
setup.
dragons are all here. Yeah, that's very funny.
Yep, that was Jason Scott. I think he was I think he was probably the most unprepared for like how much gas I could put out.
Mm-hmm.
Not his own fault, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is just such a weird deck,
it
but
is. Yeah.
he like attacked me in some spots, and then he like missed a negate again. Same thing where like I was holding the Gohan or the secret ID for the rage,
Sure, sure.
but at least then he could have gotten maybe 5k more
Mm-hmm.
out of it or something.
Yeah.
And then my leader gained double, and I killed him.
Sure, sure.
Round 7, I think, is the last one, and that was Mr. Jared Lopez on Gamma.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the pair down. He was he was undefeated, and I got him.
Yeah.
So I went first, thankfully. The style of Gamma that is hard to beat is the hit plus Android 18 unison or Android 18 counterplay. If you have 4 Android 18 counterplays,
yeah, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, my God, my Eradicators never stick. Not that I'm not playing Eradicators often, but
yeah,
they don't stick. My Self Awakener doesn't stick.
That's the
so they can
thing.
like make it. They can make it to a really late turn, and my focus breakthroughs aren't online, and they're just like going off. So yeah, 6-1 with Broly Surge ended the tournament early. Sorry to all those and everyone that hates the undefeated rule, but
yeah, that's how that's how it goes.
Yeah, dude, this deck rocks.
Yeah, well, I'm happy. Yeah,
cool.
you like to play some weird decks, and I'm always happy to see when it pays off. So, any other closing remarks before we close this one out?
2, 1, don't sleep on green. Green is a lot stronger than people think it is, right? It's mostly pretty underexplored, and a lot of the best players are just not repping it. Not by its own fault. I do think that green is a less creative color. I know green is not a creative color or whatever, but just like play lines,
it strictly is who can abuse Faded the most. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
Like Faded Rival, and then like it's really that, and then like how much hand control your deck has. Especially now, I think every green deck should probably be playing Gogeta plus Vegeta loops for the super combo. Just it's 8 super combos, man. That's like good. Without like trying, like you're not changing any of your engine to just play 8 super combos. And then lastly, just keep exploring, man. This game, like everyone is so on this whole Gamma and Sin and the yellow decks and the blue stuff and blue androids are just so unbeatable, and they have no ways to possibly counter them. And like this is it. The meta is so stale. Guys, stuff can win. I literally just listed. I didn't play a yellow deck. I'll admit, I didn't get the chance to. I can only beat what's in front of me. But besides like my Sin. Only loss, besides Sin.
Yeah.
No, I lost to Bulma.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant you did play against the yellow deck. Yeah, you're good.
Which I mean, I get. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I played against yellow Sin, but that's not quite the same as like Trunks Vegeta or Golden or Monkey or Majin Vegeta even. But like there's so much to be explored. Just keep trying, keep pushing your heart out. Really, just find ways to be creative and keep pushing the game, guys. This game rocks.
Yeah. 100%. Well, I really do appreciate you reaching out, and again, congratulations to your top there. If you guys want to see the rest of the top 16, I should be publishing it tomorrow as of this video dropping too, so you guys can see all that on my website there. Again, thank you very much to Dane, and that's going to be it for us. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Be creative, and we'll catch you all next time.
Bye.
Perfect.